Well, you know, it's no secret that the island of Chincoteague is brimming with an extremely rich history whose legacy only seems to grow with popularity every single year. Whether it's celebrating the watermen who formed the backbone of the peninsula's economy, the pony swim, or the whimsical and legendary story of Misty, it's hard to overstate how iconic the heritage has become.
Yeah, and for over half a century, the Museum of Chincoteague has dedicated itself to growing with its community and preserving the history of island life, its people, and its culture. So guess what? With us this afternoon is Cindy Faith, who is the Executive Director with the Museum of Chincoteague. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Do I understand you have a personal connection with the museum?
I guess so. A little bit of a history there. So my mother was hired as a part-time employee in the 1980s and then eventually took over as the director. And she did that for 25 years. Eventually she retired from that, and I had been working there with her for many, many years, and then I took over as executive director.
Oh, wow.
So I'm there now, and I've been there for 25 years. So
oh, wow.
Definitely a rich family history there.
Okay.
Yeah. So last year, I believe it was last summer, we were talking about the museum and the Beebe Ranch and taking it over.
Yes.
Tell us about that process. What was that like?
So I still get goosebumps. World attention, donations from all over. We never ever would have been able to purchase that ranch without the thousands of donations from everyone. After the purchase was made, we spent some time to do some restoration. It needed a little TLC. I ambitiously thought we would get that all done by this summer and have something open for the public. It took longer than expected, but we're still working on new exhibits in there, and what we'd like to do is have it be its own little museum for somebody to come to Chincoteague and wants more information, they can learn more at the ranch and see the ponies that are there and kind of pretend you're back in time with Paul and Maureen at the ranch with Misty. Yeah.
What else can we expect to find when we get there?
So the ranch right now is a small version of what was there 100 years ago when Grandpa Beebe bought it. It was well over 100 acres. Over time, a lot of that has been sold off, but we do have 10 acres. Most of that is kind of overgrown right now, so the goal really is to establish that back to a nice pasture so that people can come and kind of get a feel like they're really at the ranch. We want to rebuild the barn, which unfortunately burned down in 2019, and that was something that Billy Beebe was really keen on us doing and had started some fundraising ideas before he passed away.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to do that, kind of with him watching over us.
Right.
What do you have seasonally this time of year?
So it is a little quieter on Chincoteague. Kids are back at school, but we are very active with things going on at the museum. Lots of lectures and guest speakers. We have several craft days happening. We have an autumn gala, and that's going to be announced tomorrow, and people can start buying tickets for that tomorrow. That will be on November 9th. We also have a very popular Christmas tree village at our pavilion, which is like a winter wonderland. That'll be free to the public. We're going to be starting to plan that out this week as well. So we're just as busy as ever.
Okay, so spell it out for us. Why is the museum a core part of the Chincoteague community?
So it was founded 52 years ago by women in the community that had a passion for preserving the history of the oyster industry. They wanted a place where visitors could come and learn about the culture of Chincoteague, and really had no experience in creating a museum, but were able to put this together. And over the years it has evolved and grown and changed, and it's really truly a walk through Chincoteague history. People really do come and get a better understanding what life is like on the Eastern Shore, what life was like for people in Chincoteague. We do new exhibits every year. Next year is the 100th anniversary of the fire department and the pony penning and the carnival. So guess what our big exhibit will be next year. So hopefully lots of people will come in to see all of that and feel a little bit closer with the people from Chincoteague.
So how can we visit?
Please come and visit. So right now we're open in our full-time capacity, and that is Tuesday through Saturday, 10 until 4. When we get into November, it cuts back. It's just the Friday and Saturdays, same time period. And that will stay open all the way until the second week of December. So hopefully people, now that it's a little slower hopefully for some people, they can come on down and visit us and spend some time at the museum.
And it's a beautiful location right there on the water.
It's really the best location. We are the last building that you're going to see on Maddox Boulevard on the left before you cross over to the Wildlife Refuge. So really, I say we can't miss it. But now that you know where it is, I hope you won't miss it.
Wonderful.
Good plan.
Well, Cindy, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.